coat. Packed. That's 21. So fine, folks. Put it in the back pocket for a moment. And then recording on the S21. Cross over for the park. I know, but it's nice and cool and not too crowded. So when you do filming like that, less people likely to be funny about me filming. Oh, little squirrel, buddy. Well, I think I got it in the pre-recorded. I've heard of the cartoon, if that's what you mean. Never seen it. I think it's on Paramount Plus, maybe. What to do is get the pre-recorded to sort of tally up with the live stream. Just bear with me if I don't answer the live. Hello, Mel. Lou, and hopefully I didn't mispronounce that. That wasn't intentional. The S21 does not have an outdoor SIM card in it, so I can't reply to chat on that. Well fit. No, I don't have a dog as it happens, mate. Neighbour does upstairs. But he's a friendly giant. Just concentrate on what I'm doing. So what I don't catch in the live, I'll catch on the pre-recorded. Little bird on the fence. And some lights scaring them off. Oh, he's gone now. And there'll be homemade pie later. S21, I only got about 15 minutes worth of recording to do. And that particular one. I'm trying to get everything in that I can. If we go each one with two cameras, they'll get all sorts of strange looks from There's the bits of bodies. I'm looking at both screens to try and match the pictures up if I can. It all makes sense. And the pre-recorded be uploaded once I'm home. Yeah, you might see a bit of my face on the pre-recorded, that was unintentional. That's something I shouldn't have done. Oh, part-time, that would be a lot later on, about 9 o'clock. This afternoon. Alright, just gotta blow my nose. So both pictures should look pretty much identical. Chance I won't get across. But the S21 and being 4K. It's been 780p, I don't know how to say. It's actually live stream for anything else. I'm going to end the pre-recorded now. Watch out for these pricklies, they'll get me. The rest will just be large screen. Run out of phone storage on the S21. I seem to be moving us all, trying to get all the same, as much as possible, the same footage, pre-recorded. Can't hold two phones in two hands, it just doesn't work. I'll take my chance to cross. We even got, I'm going to pre-record the Mogget, if it's going to stay still. How close I can get to the Mogget, got pre-recorded version of the cat. Zoom in so I don't disturb it. He's just minding his own business today. Right, boys and girls, we're in the park now. Hello, screwdriver again. It can outrun me, the cat, if that's what you meant. We can't see what it's not. Whatever on there now. Or keep an eye out for poo. Does happen on it. No, I'm not treading in it. Boards are down that way, so that's the way we're going to head today. Do a little pre-recorded there. If I do it on the iPhone, I'd use half my storage up. And I got about 14 gigs spare. I got 128 gigs storage. It's pre-recorded at the lake, so you're going to have to go in the pocket for a moment. I just can't hold two phones in one hand. It does not work. I'm going to head towards the boys. Hold it up so wait. Go over this way. Work this way round like norm. I can hear the coot somewhere. Zoom in a little bit more, without it being too much. No, max zoomed as I can. And live stream. Idiots, rubbish. No, not picking it up. Not my rubbish, not picking it up. You just don't know what's been in there. Then there's the called Goose Patrol, or they sort of waddle somewhere else. Morning, boys. It won't go all the way round. I'm not sure what it's like round there. Zoom out a little bit. It's just nice when there's not many people about. Just means I don't have to worry about filming kiddies or anything. Maybe noise somewhere. There you are, I can hear you. That lot, thankfully. There's some birds on the island. I'm not quite sure whether that's birds or rubbish. Too far away. Not a professional at this, I just point and shoot. Simple as that. I think I can see this one or something right in far distance. It's Ment. So not It's identifying it. I think it's one of the geese. Young Canadian. Out there somewhere. They're on the lake and I'm on the land. I can't get near enough to find out exactly what they are. I think they're just having a siesta or something. Oh, it's the geese. Siesta or something. They don't seem to be doing that much. They're right in the middle of the lake. I'm having to zoom in. Just went to see them from a distance. I mean, that's quite strange in itself, the formation they're in. Hello, Mike. They do seem to be static today. They're not doing much. And I think you found most of them are Canadian geese and not chickens. That's very odd. A couple are coming my way. No food for you boys, I can't feed you. Yeah, if you feed the geese on the park, it will enter the food chain and sort of spoil their natural food. That's why the sign's saying don't feed the bird life. And £150 fines. She can do without. They're the only two that are actually doing anything. I don't expect a song and dance every time from them. This would be nice to give you something to be more interactive. Away we got the geese. Well, it's nice and peaceful this time of day, so I don't have to worry about filming kiddies. Try not to, but if it happens, it happens. So they fly. Hello, little ducks coming my way. Let's see whether we can catch them on camera. There we go. Yeah, I'm just 21. I do have to mute the sound sometimes so I don't sound like an echo. I think the babies are with them, but you can't quite tell from this distance. I think one of the swans got shot the other day, so the male swan doesn't have his partner. Okay, whatever. Isn't necessarily uploading anything. That was a bit weird. Unless it's the game from yesterday, maybe. If they disappear into them bushes, I'm not going to be able to film them. Must be too far out of view, and I think they are going to the bushes. Nice flowers here, I don't think the reeds. Where's that water's edge, folks? Don't want to get too near it. I can swim, I don't know what the currents are like down there. That was Mr. Coot making all the racket. I think he wants in on the game. Could have been Mrs. Coot, I don't really know from this distance. What are you doing, pal? It must have been chasing the youngling off and just there. Time to go to the reservoir. See you later, boys. Sure, with the baby gooses with them. Right. Swimming in formation today, that's odd in itself. Out a bit now. Sometimes when they're too far away, I do have to zoom in. Can't be helped. Coot is actually quite small compared to the other birds. Probably see you later on in the week, boys. Don't know whether that were a fish or something. Just then something popped its head up. Where that ripple is. Oh, I think these are some of the baby coots. Going to the bushes, so I can't really film them from just that angle. And there's some of the rest of the boys. Well, that's a baby coot. Just never sure. Something in the far distance that I can't quite tell what it is. There's something making bubbles, and I thought I seen a head at some point. Right around in that general direction. But it ain't coming up high enough for you to get on camera. All disappeared round out of the corner, so I can't film them from it. It's too far away. Just about where that bush is. That was a duck. A bit dizzy then, shouldn't have done that. Yeah, ducks are quite quick, so I can't always film them. Under that that's a bit too high for my arm to reach. The vertigo kicks in. About August, I'll be switching to autumn walks. Just a little bit of an heads up there. There is this one. See his head popping up. Wait until we're past this corner, see him in his full glory. On in, boys. Oh, they're just going to do a pre-recorded, folks. He's stuck in this weird rotating nonsense.
Morning. You alright? Good.
That's better. To get out of that weird rotating nonsense and didn't want to restart the live. Some of the live will appear in landscape form. You were flapping your wings up me, weren't you, missus? The water must be quite shallow because you can see that duck's feet. I'm moving on, let these ducks do what they want. That's Father Coot, and that's not the same one on the pond. I think some of these are the old duck patrol. Some of them haven't quite developed into mallards yet. Each one of them will be male eventually when he changes his colours fully. And that was Father Coot in the far corner. Daring. I think it was one of them three that looked like it was going to be a male mallard. I think it was that one just there. I'm going to walk around the other side of the coppice because it's getting a bit overgrown. It's still got some of his baby feathers on. Well, the plane in the sky is too far up for me to look. I'm better to go cooking in anyway. There's all the little baby ducks. I can't get round without going into the drink. There's still some fish alive. I see the odd bubbles and don't think it's raining. I think they're coming ashore. Or maybe not. Yeah, I don't think this Ment place could come ashore around here. Too steep, ain't it, boys? Just having a little grub feed in a literal sense. That's what I've got to watch out for, this sort of thing. Loose branches as such, but plenty of weeds that need chopping back. Yeah. I think well, the coot is on the nest. I'm going to zoom in a bit, boys, so you can see a bit better. She's got at least 2 chicks with her, I think. Water scene movement. That's definitely daddy coot on the lake, although I'm supposed to do take turns. And she's been in there since the heat wave, so she's not daft. Nicely tucked away, and I think there's some baby coots. That was not planned, boys and girls. It just happens sometimes for me. They look all grown up now, with the white beaks. But darn it, they had red. That's why I thought there were more ends. A little coot or something just hiding red up bushes. Can't film him properly. A lot of prickles the further down you go. It's a nice route to walk. Literally at the water's edge now. I can't go any further in without jumping in. No, not doing that. After the sewage leakage, God knows what I will catch or turn into. Must be quite shallow. It looks like he's standing on something. But this one that around here is somewhere in that bush, so I can't get to him. Well, sometimes filming is awkward to let this go like this. Chopping back a bit. I think that's another little one. I want to be a raven on here, but I've seen one, but never been able to That's him. Hello, original. To me, geese are geese, but I presume they're alright. I'm not bothered either way. I think they're so used to me filming now, original, that they don't mind me being too close to them. Unlike people, they can't really say a lot. But something just flew into that tree and I was trying to catch it on camera. Hello, boys. Out a little bit. And the coot's nest is in the middle of the lake. I can't really do. Oh, you flapping your wings at me, are you? It has got nothing for you. Ooh, that one's going to become a mallard. It's got a bit of a green beak. This is where it gets a bit tricky along here. Even pad and cupboard pad just can't win. I don't come this way round very often. Look how narrow the pad I've got to walk on is if anybody comes by. It's been wet. That's feeling like the wet anyway. And I'm a wide load, but even so, that's a bit narrow even for me to try and walk on. I'm not entirely sure what that is down there. Don't think it's natural and I would not want to step in it. Smells a bit as well. Alright. Thought that would geese then, but it looked like rubbish. We're going to double back, boys. Head home. It's going to look a bit grey. There's quite a few weeds on there that need sort of dealing with. Not my problem. Hello, GG. Yeah, because it's a bit simpler to pronounce. I'll put you in the name. I might put my battery pack in. That's how I'll do that now. Side to the other side. If you double click, it's the first battery pack going in. There we go, got some juice. Yeah. I'll put it now. I only got about an hour and 20 minutes filming time without a battery pack. Two hours 20, sorry. See where the spark's going, I'll just get off the pavement. It's coming up quite fast. That was a pigeon, but it's too high up for my arm to reach. It's have some sort of fruit on it, but I don't know whether it's poisonous. Morning. Sit down on the park bench for a few minutes. If it's not too wet. enough to use to get me out. Right, so now it's on a contrast. Put my battery pack away on about 80%. That should be enough to get back. Out of it now. I thought I had somebody behind me then. I think this is where we end it, folks.